We're here today in Falmouth on board this 28-foot steel gaff cutter called TETHYS. The boat was launched in 1997, designed and built by the owner with help from a chap called Dave Marsh at Dixon Yacht Design, to ensure the lines and everything were all in good order before he built the boat. Built to a very high standard, still in remarkable condition with very few signs of bleeding or corrosion even after all these years. Here on the foredeck, see you've got a manual anchor windlass and a very large heavy-duty galvanised bollard. These galvanised stanchions are welded to the hull, welded to the capping rail, so it's all very, very stiff. Fixed bowsprit here, see with a Wickham Martin roller furling at the end of the bowsprit. And here is the self-stowing CQR anchor on rollers. Looking aft along the deck, you can see here, get an impression of the beam of this boat. Very generous beam, which we'll see down below has a huge impact on her volume. Standing rigging, galvanised wire, galvanised rigging screws, and there's a pin rail here. Chain plates, welded eyes, welded to the deck. And the mast is in a tabernacle, so it can be lowered very easily. The coach roof is made of marine plywood, all epoxy sheathed with a big sliding hatch. Here is the running backstays, very simple tackles with cleats as part of the push bit. You see galvanised cleats here on the galvanised push bit. All very simple utilitarian. Solar panels here on the roof for charging the battery. Aft deck here is flushed. You've got these seats fixed down for helming, and although there's no cockpit, the benefit is the enormous aft cabin, which we'll see down below shortly. Tiller steering, transom hung rudder, and boom gallows here integrated as part of the push bit, and also dinghy davits hanging off the back. You can see the very clean lines of the deck. Moving forward here to the companion hatch and going down below. Here down below on TETHYS, you start to get a bit of an idea of the interior volume of this boat, which is quite remarkable for a 28-foot yacht. Galley portside. Here around, see companion steps down from the hatch. Chart desk starboard side, and the doorway into the aft cabin, which we'll look at in a minute. So here in the galley, hardwood worktops, bronze hand pump with these laminated wooden sinks. Big cupboards here, big lockers with sliding doors. Lots and lots of storage space on this boat everywhere you look. It's been thought out very well, making a very good use of the space. Here's the Optimus 2-burner paraffin stove with an oven. And you can see here, this is the exhaust, the lagged dry exhaust from the engine, and voltage regulator for the solar panel. Engine is under the companion steps here. Little beta put in 2017. Half-size Admiralty chart desk. Again, storage everywhere. Big drawers here for charts. Lockers underneath. Switch panel, GPS, bits and pieces for navigation. Here we've got a Perkins diesel-fired cabin heater. And again, more lockers, more storage space everywhere you look. Hanging locker here. The base of the companion step, very useful indeed. And here we drop down below into the aft cabin. There you can see the trade-off of no cockpit is this enormous cabin here with a really good sized double berth. Very comfortable indeed. Moving forward, there's a slight step down here as you move into the main cabin. Clock and barometer on the bulkhead. And the main saloon is very spacious. Got a single settee berth either side and drop leaf table in the centre. Again, more lockers, storage space everywhere you look on this boat. And these are the backs of the settee, fold up to give you an extra wide berth. So when you're using it as a sleeping berth, you've got a bit of extra width, makes it a bit more comfortable. Gimbal cabin lamps. Moving forward here, centerline door into the forepeak. Heads compartment. Here's a porta potty chemical toilet, which is fastened down on the centerline. Again, more storage space either side. Lockers above and below. And right in the bows is a chain locker and big storage space for sails, warps, fenders. Moving back aft through the boat, you can see here the drop leaf table on the centerline. Stepping up into the doghouse area. We look under the floors here, you can see how immaculate the bilges are. There's the tops of the tanks, fuel and water tanks built into the keel box. The bilges are clean, no rust, absolutely superb condition. Moving back aft up the companion steps and back on deck.